Yo, people, what's going on? It's Eagle Talks Football. We're back again with another video. Today, I got the one and only Kiko Suarez in the building. We got Real Madrid royalty in the house. What are you saying, bro?
Hey, bro, Eagle, thank you for having me. And I don't know about Real Madrid royalty, but I'll take it. I'll take it.
There you go. You know what? As when it comes to Real Madrid content creators, you're one of the biggest out there. So I had to shout you out for that. And the reason why you're here is to talk a little bit about Rodrigo, to Arsenal, to Liverpool, to PSG, to Man City, to Bayern, to Chelsea. What's going on with? There just seems like everybody wants him. He's one of the most sought after players in the world right now. And of course, we haven't really spoken too much before. So just tell the people a little bit about yourself, who you support, when you started supporting them, and just to get to know who you are before we get any further. But yeah, guys, you guys need to know. If you don't know about Kiko Suarez, get to know him today. How you doing, bro? Tell the people who you are.
No, well, hey, with all that intro, bro, it's not that I need to say much. But just long story short, I'm Kiko Suarez on all social media. But my real name is Francisco. I'm from Honduras. I'm American, and I support Real Madrid. Like you said, I've been supporting Real Madrid for pretty much my whole life. But a lot of people, when they ask me that question, I always tell them like I didn't like football when I was little. I grew up as uh, a kid that didn't really like sports. I was more into like cooking, culinary arts, and everything. That's why I'm a chef at the end of the day. But I support Real Madrid because of my friend and his dad. May the rest in peace. They raised me and made me a Madridista over in Honduras, and they took me to watch games at their house and everything. They were both Spanish, and from then on, I just got a love from the club. And ever since, something about social media came about with TikTok and everything. I started making videos. My opinion somehow started mattering to some people. I made it all the way to La Liga Business School, then worked at La Liga the last year, and now I'm just full on doing freelancing and like focusing on the influencer thing.
There you go. That's your TikTok right there, ladies and gentlemen. In case you guys need to know, that's your biggest platform, I would say. Then you also have your Twitter and your YouTube account, so people can check them out. I'm going to put the links to everything in the description in a second. But before we go any further, now let's talk about the main reason why we're here, Rodrigo. Before we go any further, you said something that really opened everybody's eyes, and it was you were one of the first people to put your neck out for the Trent post originally, right? So
Yes.
that's where I first seen you. And just to show people what I'm talking about, you just if I go to your Twitter right now, your highlighted tweets are the ones that you called. You called the Trent back in March when just before it was a done deal. You called the Argentinian kid earlier this summer, just before it was done, and you put your neck on the line and said that Rodrigo will be an Arsenal player.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let's go through it. What made you say, you know what, so adamantly that this is gonna happen? Because from my perspective right now, I really don't know if this is gonna happen.
So the way that I get told things is not the traditional journalist route because I'm not a journalist. I always say that in my posts. I always say that with the way that I act, with the content I share. It's just I happen to get connected to people that for some reason feel comfortable enough with me to tell me these stories, or have the connections to the people that confirm what I think it's gonna happen. Like with the Trent, without saying much, I knew the day that he became a Real Madrid fan, a Real Madrid player. I knew the day of it, so I kept seeing articles and reports and everything like, oh, like he's 50-50, oh, like he's on his way there, oh, like it's pretty much imminent. I'm like, these people are just getting clicks because they're saying all these stuff when I already know he signed like 2 weeks ago. So that's when I dropped the first bomba. The second one, Mastantuono, same thing. I just happened to get in touch with the right people and everything, blah, 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 blah. And I pretty much already knew he was our player. And then they're saying, like, oh, like they're going to Paris Saint Germain, like he's going to be there, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, he's already done with us. So, like, boom, the other one. God forbid, with the Trent announcement and the Mastantuono transfer, both things happens that I did it. My tweet, I wouldn't call viral, but like they start catching heat, fire. And weirdly enough, all these other articles started being like, oh, like it's done. Oh, like Real Madrid, Calafi is going to Argentina to talk to Mastantuono to get him to not go to PSG. I'm like, no, that's not the case. So Same thing with Rodrigo. For what I was told, I'm always gonna trust my people. And for what I understand, is two things that I can say, and that's why it's a 90% thing. One, Rodrigo's gone, and we can base that that's pretty much 100% happening with everything that happened in the FIFA Club World Cup. Because
Are they pushing him, or is he mentally gone?
It's
because it looks like they're pushing him from the reports.
It's because the reports here, I always said the reports from Dario AS, Marca, all these newspapers, they're not lying to you, but they're only telling you a version of the truth, right? So if it's not that they're pushing him, because remember, I said he's gone since before the Club World Cup. It's not that they're pushing him out. It's basically was already done deal that he's gonna leave. So when you're seeing all these news and everything, I call it like the smoke screen. The fire is here, but the smoke is here. The fire is that he's gone. So they're making it look like, oh, like they're pushing him out and everything. So when I saw it happen, when he played the first game and he got the assist, I'm like, oh, like that's gonna be fun because now he's playing well. How do you justify it? How do you justify it? Hey, let's bench him for the rest of the tournament. Because that way it makes it look like Xavi's not good with him, when in reality they're probably just taking care of an asset and making sure that he doesn't get injured before his big move.
All right. So there's a bunch of names. I'm going to run through them. First thing, Chelsea just won the Club World Cup. They have a lot of money to spend. We just gave them money for Madueke. Why isn't Chelsea an option? Because I'm seeing all these options, Bayern, Man City, PSG. We're going to run through each option, if it's realistic or if it's not. But first one, Chelsea. Do you think it's a realistic target for him to go to Chelsea?
So just to clarify, when you mean realistic, is that Chelsea gets into it and tries to convince him, or realistic for Chelsea to get him?
Realistic for Rodrigo to join Chelsea, and realistic that Chelsea would be one of the clubs that he would be interested in joining.
Okay, so realistic for Rodrigo to join after they win in the Club World Cup. I think any player and every player might be like, hey, like that's a club that I would want to be a part of. But as in Chelsea going in for him, they might be interested, but I haven't heard anything about them being the ones going for him.
All right, fair. Bayern Munich, with Musiala getting injured, are they an option? As I heard, they might be interested in him also.
That also Sane just left. So
yeah, Galatasaray.
I think it's Galatasaray or whatever, he went to Turkey. And that makes him a valid option. But one, you want to be the main man. You have Harry Kane, Musiala just got injured, and then Olise from Crystal Palace now there. So do you think Rodrigo goes there and becomes the main man immediately? I don't know. So like at the end of the day, and again, I'm speaking to the Arsenal fan here, besides Saka, I don't think anyone else, once Rodrigo's there, could fight for that spot for be the star boy, to be the main guy.
All right. We haven't gotten to Arsenal yet. PSG then, that's basically out the picture, same situation?
PSG, I don't think so. I don't think so whatsoever. I think Luis Enrique, and this is my opinion. The last two, the Premier League ones, I can tell you more just because I've been told more on that side. PSG is completely my opinion. But based on everything that I'm telling you, like the Bayern one and the Chelsea and everything, with Luis Enrique want to be every single position basically dominated by him and being very, very structured, a player of the creativity of Rodrigo, regardless of how talented he is, I don't think he will fit at PSG. Even though they have unlimited money, so they could pay it. They could go for whatever amount, but they could pay him the salary. They could pay whatever money to Real Madrid, and they could take advantage of a player like that. But I don't think he's a fit for Luis Enrique's scheme, and I don't think Real Madrid and PSG have the relationship to let such a big player go after what we
after Mbappe, yeah. Mm-hmm. What about Man City? Is that an option?
Yes.
Because I heard before Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City were the club that I heard the most about. Rodrigo to Man City for about years now.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know if you were able to catch it on the tweet, but I said there was another club in contention against Arsenal. That at the time, because at the time there was only two. We're gonna get to the third one because you're gonna bring it up. I know you are, but it was Manchester City. But Manchester City, for my understanding, they won't move a finger until Jack Grealish goes out the window. So if they're not able to sell Jack Grealish, they don't have the justification, the wages, or the squad slot for Rodrigo. So for Rodrigo to go there, Jack Grealish has to leave. And this is the thing: if you see a Jack Grealish here we go or Jack Grealish exclusive to some club, then hell's break loose. Because at that point, I don't know what Rodrigo would decide.
Man City also have a lot of options though, with Foden, with Cherki, with Savio, with Doku. It's another situation where it's overloaded. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if he would go there. But hey, even if he did go there, he would start. But Pep is known for rotating players and not guaranteeing starting minutes.
Yes.
I think the best two options are the remaining two, Liverpool and Arsenal.
Yes.
Now, Arsenal, we've done a lot of groundwork. Liverpool, they're currently trying to do groundwork. Who do you think is the best option out of the two for Rodrigo? Forget about what do you think is going to happen. Who do you think is the best option for him as a footballer?
I've said it since the beginning, still Arsenal. I think the project, with you guys, even though it was a known secret with Goicores, I always knew it was going to be him. I don't know where the Šeško thing kept going, but it was always going to be Goicores. Saka, your squad is, for what I understand, one of, if not the youngest in the Premier League when it comes down to like the top six, the competitive ones. And I could see him in Arsenal if you guys either stay with Arteta or get another manager that is offensive or like becomes better than Arteta. That squad for the next 5 years with Goicores, with Rodrigo, with Saka, with Merino, Zubimendi, Odegaard, you guys start taking it seriously, and you could easily. I don't like the Arsenal fan base, and they don't like me, but I throw flowers and respect when it's deserved, and you could guys easily win 1 to 3 leagues in the next 6 years.
Hey, I would love that. Add a Champions League on top, I'd love that. But before we start talking about winning major honors, I still have to worry about Liverpool. They just won the league. They could be selling Luis Diaz for a lot of money. They most likely will not get Alexander Isak and Rodrigo. But in the case they don't get Alexander Isak, they might go for Rodrigo.
So it's going to sound very, very morbid, what I'm about to say. But Liverpool was never in my radar, was never in consideration until Diogo Jota passed away. May he rest in peace. Because that really opened a need for them for another forward, for as morbid as it sounds. That's why I always want to preface it that way. And now if they sell Luis Diaz, they're going to have that money, and they're going to be down to two forwards, two rotational players in the attack. So that's when they became, in my mind, just like now Liverpool, from not having a need to be in the Rodrigo sweepstakes, now they could be just shouting, just hunting. Which, by the way, I don't know if you saw. I had to make a breaking news video about it because,
I seen your TikTok.
Okay, yeah, a lot of people were freaking out about it. Eduardo Burgos, he's a journalist here in Spain. His article was good. He was just saying that Liverpool is gonna send one of their agents to talk to the Rodrigo entourage just to see what's up and everything. But every single
when they find out the price and the wages, I think they'll get turned away.
Possibly more I think they're more serious with Isak, but I don't know if you saw today, Darwin Núñez, his deal to Napoli fell through, so he's no longer leaving.
So we're gonna wait and see what happens. They might keep Darwin Núñez. As for now, Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City, PSG, Bayern. You say Arsenal are still the favorites.
Yes.
Do you think Arsenal? Do you think? Sorry, you're gonna say something?
No, I was going to say, until Arsenal is no longer the front runners, I'm still going to die on that hill. And the second it changes, I'll let you know.
I worry Arsenal might not be willing to pay the $300K a week wages.
Do you?
Because that's reportedly what he wants, right?
Yes, but like this is the thing. Don't you got like who's your highest paid player? Ain't it Saka?
No, Havertz on 280.
280. But like that's in pounds, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, not like that's in 300 in euros.
Yeah, but we're not trying to put players on that kind of wages anymore. We're trying to keep it below that.
Okay. So
because then it's going to mess up our ability to try to re-sign Saliba or Saka or any of these guys.
Fair. Which at that point, I will tell you this. I would highly doubt you guys don't get him an offer that isn't more than we already pay him, because he gets paid well by us, but like
you guys give him 230 a week.
Yeah. So dude, like we're talking about if he goes from 230 and then we go to 260, that's it. That's still massive.
And the tax rate in the UK is higher than Spain, right? So
that I don't know.
Okay. As for Liverpool, could there be a possibility Konate swap deal happens this summer?
So when that became an ability, so I've seen in this is articles. This is what I've seen and everything. They say like every contract or every negotiation, if we get Konate, is gonna be irrelevant if Rodrigo goes that way or he goes to Arsenal or to any other club, because we know, in quotations, that if he doesn't come right now, we'll get him for free next summer. So it's either, hey, we're gonna take advantage and basically squeeze every single penny out of this deal because we know we have all the leverage, or you're gonna deal with a player just like you did with Trent, that he's just gonna be there the whole year, just playing really good because Konate is a professional, just like Trent was, and they're just gonna play. But then every second that goes by, you're losing an asset, and then more than likely we're gonna come about in the winter transfer window again and be like, hey, you didn't accept the 25 million. Well, there's only 6 months on his contract now. How about you give it to us for 10? And when they say no again, because they're gonna say no, they're like, okay, 6 month pre-agreement. Thank you very much. He's ours in 6 months.
Crazy. Mm-hmm. So that's not going to happen, basically, because you guys aren't going to lower your valuation for a player that you can get for free in a year's time. Exactly. Is there still a big push to get Saliba from Real Madrid, or you guys are never going to come pay for Saliba?
I think with the way that we are structured and the way that our transfer strategy is set up, we're talking about, unless it's a player of 23 or younger with a possibility of installments like we did with Hausen, there's really no way that we're gonna spend a lot of money on a
center back. You're not dropping 80 to 100 million for Saliba.
No, because Saliba is 25, 26.
Saliba is 24 and his contract is until 2027.
Yeah, you see, there's no way.
So basically, Arsenal fans don't have to worry about Real Madrid coming in for Saliba.
I doubt it. I've been saying ever since you guys were able to sign him down, I was like, oh, okay, that's out of the way, because we're not gonna spend that kind of money. Real Madrid is very responsible, very good with their finances, and the reason why we usually spend the money when we have to is because we've been saving it for a while, or we've been putting it to the free transfer. Or in this case with Hausen, it's 60 million, but it's installments of 20 for 3 years. So technically, it's a signing of 20 million this year, which for the talent that you're getting, might as well.
Mm-hmm. If Saliba signs a new contract, we don't have to worry about Real Madrid forever then.
Forever, yeah. Basically, any club in the world that has a star or has a player that could be a Real Madrid player in the future, just keep renewing him. Because the second he gets close to that 1 year gap, that's when we're gonna be knocking at their door, and that's when your club has to worry.
You guys also wanted this guy Christian Mosquera that we bought from Valencia. He has 1 year remaining on his deal. We're getting him for 17 million pounds because he has 1 year remaining on his deal. You also were interested in him. Is he that good? What do you think about him?
So for Real Madrid purposes, you're talking about, because I reviewed him right before the call, as you know, just because I needed to refresh my memory who he was. And the main thing is that he can play as the fullback, or he can play as a center back, which for us, for Real Madrid, and for any club in the world, but for us after the last season, we need a player that can play both positions like that. So having a player that can be multifaceted, being a fullback or being a center back, and again, I will tell you the reason why a lot of people were telling you that he is either really bad or really good. It's because Valencia was utter. Can I curse?
Yeah.
Okay. Valencia was utter shit at the beginning of the season, and then they became really, really good. So what's the thing? Depending how you see it, you can either blame it on the defense, aka Mosquera and everyone else, or the switch up, say like, hey, their defense got it fixed up, and that's why they got better and they got their act together. So there's two stories on Valencia, the first half and the second half of the season. And for me, Mosquera was always solid. For me, Mosquera was always a pain to play against them, and any team that was playing against them, because they're strong, they're violent, they're aggressive. So there's a lot of people that might not like that, but in the Premier League, with the physicality you guys have and everything, Mosquera might get a red card here and there, but he's gonna be annoying. And sometimes you want a player like that maybe he's solid, he can create some passes, he can break lines and everything, but you also need, I like to call them pipples, just have someone that's gonna remind them like, hey.
So he's more like Gabriel.
Yes, but like I will tell you, Gabriel for me, he's still like, he's a pitbull, but like he never gets to the point that like, oh, he's gonna get a red card.
He used to 2 years ago.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So
he would give away penalties and make mistakes, but he's gotten a lot better. It comes with experience, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to wrap it up here, man. We've gone for 21 minutes, a little bit over time. But big up, Kiko. Honestly, I need to bring you on, hopefully, throughout the regular season. If you ever need to talk Arsenal, let me know. You know what happens when we play each other. Somehow we always end up winning. We've only played 4 times. 4 times in history we've played. Only team in Europe you've never beaten. It's crazy.
Which is insane, dude. But
hey, only team you haven't won a European trophy. So there you go. We'll wrap it up here. You guys have yourselves a wonderful day. Guys, check out Kiko Suarez. I'm going to put the link to his Twitter, to his Instagram, and to his TikTok in the description. And this has been a great video. Anything Real Madrid that you need, you guys go reach out to Kiko. And of course, you're on your way to how much on YouTube? We're trying to get you up higher on YouTube. You're on your way to 5K on YouTube, right?
Yeah, no, I'm trying to get to whatever. I'm trying to grow all social media and everything. I'm not 3K on YouTube and all the other social medias there. So I'm Kiko Suarez everywhere. Eagle, thank you for having me. Again, flowers to you. You're the only team we have never beaten. So maybe that's me being a little bit salty, but hey, I'm always going to show love.
Hey, I'd rather have the 15 Champions Leagues. Forget about beating Arsenal. 15. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.